can't find nothing on the radio.
Ready, Steve?
Welcome to Songology. He's Bruce.
He's Richard.
And this is another episode from our Song of the Day archives.
Enjoy.
Well, Bruce, we've been dealing with the dogs all week. How are you going to wrap it up?
Well, you finish off with Jet, Paul McCartney's dog Jet.
That's about a dog?
Yeah, actually.
I had no idea.
Well, there you go. Paul, this is a song, again, as I mentioned the other day here, I discovered quite by accident that, all the dog songs that I picked were all from the 70s. This is from Band on the Run in 1973, the album. And what happened was that Paul and Linda and the kids were tooling through the countryside one day, saw a little roadside pet shop out in the country somewhere, and saw this little sort of runt of a litter lab. She was a brown lab, but they sort of fell in love with her and decided that they should have her. So she went home with them. Along with various other dogs. Now, she's a sort of a tan brown lab. That's not Jet. This is Jet's mom, who unfortunately, whose name I don't know. But the thing about Jet's mom was she was a bit of a wild dog in that she would never stay home. She was always bounding off. At their home in London, they had sort of a walled yard area, or they would say they had walled garden.
Yes.
And so this dog was always jumping the wall and taking off through the neighborhood. Well, she came back one day pregnant and hikes into the garage and in due course has a litter of 7 black puppies. Now, she's not black. She's tan. Yep. Must be a black lab, right?
Yeah.
And so what he says is what they do is they try to keep the dogs when any of their dogs had puppies. They try to keep them through the puppy stage because they were really cute and really lots of fun. But when they got to be sort of unmanageable because they were big enough, then they would start asking around for people. So, do you want to have a puppy?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And Jet was a puppy that they kept. So that's where Jet came from.
Ah.
They had other dogs. They had a golden lab named Poppy. They had a Dalmatian named Lucky. And they had a sheepdog named Martha. The Beatles song Martha, My Dear
Yes.
is about the sheepdog.
Oh.
Or inspired.
Yeah.
Sheepdog. Now, this was a song that Paul was just goofing around with. Linda reported in an interview back in 76. She said that Paul intentionally wanted this song to be basically completely crazy. And he really enjoys doing something really kind of wacky now and then. And it reminds him how much he loves monkeying around in the studio and so forth. So the reason why Jet, well, not because Jet was his favorite dog or anything, but just because it made a really handy sort of stadium rock and roll, pump your fist in the air and shout Jet sort of tune, which is what he was going for.
Yeah.
So some people have said that, there's a deep meaning to these lyrics, right?
Uh-huh.
Various people have spent a lot of time trying to parse the meanings of the Wings song Jet. Particularly, for example, the line, I thought the major was a lady suffragette.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The women fighting for the right to vote, suffragette.
Yeah.
People try to link that to David Bowie's song Suffragette City, which was about a year old at the time that this came out. However, I heard Paul interviewed years ago about this, and they asked him specifically, did this have a deeper meaning or not? He just chuckled and said, no, not at all. It's just me singing to my dog. So if you listen very, very carefully throughout Jet, you may hear Linda McCartney playing the Mellotron, our old friend the Mellotron.
Okay.
And the other thing I can tell you about Jet is, oddly enough, the Carpenters were big fans.
Yeah.
Paul specifically remembers Richard and Karen Carpenter phoning him up to express their admiration, the fact that they really, really loved Jet. And he said, hey, these are the last people on earth I thought would like it. They say, oh, great record, man. So he says, well, I thought it was really on to something. So let's hear what the Carpenters got all excited about. Here's Jet.
And as usual, I have to stop her right there due to the wonderful world of fair use rules. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. You can visit us on Facebook or head over to our website, songology.ca. Now, here's your chance to listen to the music or go on to the next episode.